Well, howdy, and welcome back to Minecraft 1.12 Survival Take 2. Last episode, we finally got the last room, for now at least, done. And I did mention in that episode that I might change it a bit. And I decided that I kind of want to change it a bit. This episode, so let's get right into it. We're going to start making a few changes to this here room. So, not sure. But there is one other thing to do. I am gonna have that take precedence, since I do not know what to do with this. What is the other thing that has now suddenly taken precedence? The thing that I intended to do as soon as I got all the rooms finished. The thing that I was waiting for all the rooms to be finished to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally making the roof. Oh yeah, this is happening. Yeah, I'm finally getting to work on the roof. It's been almost 3 episodes. I think this might be the 30th episode. I kind of want to do something special for episode 30. So finally getting to work on the roof, I guess, could count as that. It's been 3 episodes and this place has been without a roof. But it's time to change that. Next episode I'll probably add windows. Oh, this place looks okay. In any other series, this would be relatively mundane. I'm gonna have to use the Batmorph to put this one on. Because this one refused. Oh. Actually, I should probably just put down the marble first, because it's finally time to put in the corners of the walls as well. Let me find the. There we go. Polished marble. Taking entire stacks of the stuff. Oh, it's actually a new moon. I think something special happens on a new moon in Minecraft. Only thing is, I don't know what. I've already got a subject for this episode. Okay, now where is... Okay, I forgot what I was looking for a moment. That was embarrassing. Might as well build the back corners while I'm here. Can push the chicken away. I cannot. It's gonna be stuck with that stupid indentation for a few minutes. I actually did check off screen, and unfortunately arrow bombs do leave craters. But I do not believe the lightning conductor explosive does. But that still means I need to get an entire new TNT if I want to use it here. Which I really don't. It's not exactly practical for use at home. Because, but simply, the ammo for the hand cannon is very expensive. Even if you just use raw TNT, well not raw, even if you just use normal TNT, you still have to farm creepers, or the more annoying mobs in the game to kill, pretty repeatedly. Since this series doesn't have much in the way of exploration, which would make encountering and thus killing creepers far more likely. Well, it's rare they even encounter, relatively rare they even encounter creepers, much less actually get around to killing them. For that reason, I have to consciously grind. Also, I forgot to mention this, but I killed a few guardians off screen. I whipped out on screen. I started wandering around while I was preparing for recording the episode. So, in case you're wondering, that's why my level seemed to have jumped up between episodes, and also why I'll seem to have more prismarine if I check the chests. Let's see if I can fill up. No. Wow, that chicken does not move. Like, ow. I don't know why, but they really love that corner. In some cases, I have to kill the chickens to get them out of the way. They will not move. In fact, I'm actually going to have to break a hole in the wall and push him with my body. Get back away from the corner. So that's why they're going at that corner. Because there's an air block there. And seriously, the chickens always go for that specific corner. Probably because it's the only part outside the building. Yeah, I may have accidentally discovered a bug in the chicken's AI. How interesting. But since I'm out at night and I see a witch, 2-hit kill. Wait, did she drop gunpowder? No idea why she dropped gunpowder, because it's pretty clear from the fact that I was describing how hard it is to get TNT, which requires gunpowder craft. It's definitely welcome that I got the TNT. I'm not complaining. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to start grinding for it. It's great. Now back to building. Now I've got the front. Now I got the front and back initial row or whatever done. Time to start building up the side walls. Probably off screen after this episode, I'm probably going to create an exact copy of this world, but replace all the blocks with vanilla blocks. So that if I ever need a map for something like a basic house map, I'll have one. So I literally am building straight up my house. As in, whenever I need a house for something, it's not part of an existing series, like for a mod review or something, I'll actually have a house to do such in. That's pretty nifty. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do for ceilings, but if this ends up becoming tall enough, I'll probably make an attic with even more storage, because I can always use more storage. Now let's do this. That's my slate roof steer. This is the first time in the series I've actually used a slate roof for roof. Previously I actually used them for the exact opposite, flooring. To be fair, these are some very charming bricks. I'm not gonna lie. I love how I'm talking about such aesthetics when normally I don't do so. This is one of the few series where I build aesthetically, or where I really build aesthetically. Normally I go completely function over form. Well, there are some exceptions. But my preferred type of shelter is what I like to call a dugout. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically an artificial cave. or another series, I'll simply take over dungeons. Usually mod dungeons, they're much larger. And live in those. I generally do not build a nice looking and large structure like this from scratch. Oops. And I really am going to take this map, copy it, and replace all the blocks with vanilla Minecraft blocks. And I'll update that off screen as I build this in the mod room. This is actually turning out quite well, and this is the first time I've done a major modification to the base shape, I guess you could see it, of this house in a while. There was building the house, there was replacing the wall material, there was replacing the floor material, there was expanding it, dividing up the rooms, and then once I started dividing up the rooms, largely the outside remained the same. Then I started doing some somewhat more major things, like adding the porch a couple episodes ago, and of course the portal room. But now I'm doing something that completely changes the silhouette of the house itself. I'm going to be using a lot of slate for this. Thankfully, this is going to be one of the last things I'll probably need slate for. I'll be able to work around other materials, or I can simply end up mining slate, because I do plan on doing at least one more mining episode in this series. I don't plan on ending the series yet. There's still some more things for me to do. For example, I have not gone to the Nether yet. Also, there was one other thing I wanted to do this episode, but I'm going to save it till next episode. And the reason I'm going to save it till next episode is because I already know instantly that it's going to take this entire episode to build the roof. If for some reason you're watching the series about building, largely but not entirely about building and working on a house, and yet building Minecraft bores you, either increase the speed of this video or skip to the next episode once it comes out. Yeah, sorry, but this is pretty much the episode where I build a roof. I've done a few other things, like killing that witch, but the focus of this episode is finally getting the roof built. Yep. And here we go. So far. Probably gonna make the garden, remake the garden in a better place next episode. Yeah, this is basically the final main modification to the structure of the house itself, for now at least. I knew I had a lot more slates in here. I'm tearing through my slate. In fact, I haven't torn through materials this much since I was first building the walls, where I was tearing through both my slate and my marble, but especially the marble. Well, it does make sense, but still. I have enough room for the extras. I don't need to put anything in the chest. I'll just get all out of my inventory as I place it. That's how much there is to place. I'll actually do more for a moment to show you how bright it actually is. I'm using the bat more for one blatantly obvious reason. Aside from the fact that it makes game in now the workshop where the crafting table is so much easier, it also has no fall damage. I am working on a roof. In both the meanings of the phrase, I am both working on this on top of the roof, but I'm also working on the roof itself. As in making the roof. As anyone who's ever fallen from the roof of a building, even a single-story one, by the way this is a two-story building, knows it's not pleasant. Even in Minecraft it's not pleasant because the fall damage is just pretty severe. And I'd rather not have to go through all the food needed to heal that. Then it's easier to point down and right click the bottom half of the stair blocks, which you need, because if you right click the top half, it places it upside down. If you right click it facing too far this direction, like I keep accidentally doing, it places stair corners. I could use stair corners, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to make the thing with these sides being flat and these sides sloping. If I had all sides sloping, then I'd be using more stair corners, but I'm not. So yeah. Most of my quote-unquote architectural experience is from having actually seen the buildings. So I don't know what all the actual terms are. Yeah, this might be a bit This is, now we're getting a bit faster. Ran out of the stack of stairs. See what I mean by it's clearing my inventory just to build this? You know, now that I think about it, since I'm basically building the house with materials that previously I stored in the house, I'm sort of unpacking the house. Sometimes I make even myself laugh. Just going through some quick training / level grind. Ooh, iron ingot. That was a nice drop. It's relatively rare for them to drop iron ingots. It's always welcome to use. Oh, I also found one of the grass paths. For those who haven't seen earlier in the series, I used to have an iron sugarcane fork from the Tiny Progressions mod, and for some reason the game counted as a shovel. So that's from when it was trying to block, but was accidentally targeting the grass. And now you know, and you probably aren't interested by that at all. Now, I'm not sure if I want to have it like this or have it taper more. And it'll probably look silly if I taper it more. I'm going to use the bed for a moment to try and get most of the mobs away so I can look at the whole thing from a distance. Well, I probably could look at it while in the Batmorph. But I want to look at what it'll look like later on. I guess. I don't know if it's the fact that the porch is completely hidden from view from most angles, but it looks kind of plain from the outside right now. Well, that's next episode's problem. Okay, I stood too close. Crap. Actually, forgot for a moment that they stay hostile to you, and I'm gonna have to clean this up. I'm gonna have to place more honey. I have to do that right now. I'm not saying it in an asking voice. I said, but I have to do it right now. Those who are wondering why I had to clarify that, it's because I've had problems with people misunderstanding me before. Despite how pointless that was, that problem gets on my nerves so much that I had to do that I had to prevent it. Or whatever. Gotta get the ground built back up around the whole room. Alright, I forgot that when something explodes, not all the blocks drop and some of them are gone forever. I hate that. Because creepers can explode. Okay, dirt would be in building materials since it can only really craft armor with it, and it's really sucky armor. And far bit. I haven't upgraded my armor in a few episodes. The only good piece of armor I'm actually wearing on is diamond leggings that dropped off a mob that spawned due to the dark side lucky block. Oh, there is a bright side to the dark side. No, seriously, there is a bright side. That block can give you good things, even if only indirectly. replace this with something nicer. You have to put some. Nah, I'm gonna have to put something. Oh, I just need to put the dirt back. The dirt back. You have an apple juice bucket, but apple juice flows differently. Alright, do you have one bucket left of honey? Chekhov's honey. Let's line it up. And there we go, it's flowing. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna carry off here. It's high enough. Next, I put on the ceiling. I think I might actually do that in a later episode just because of the fact that it's already been half an hour. And I know that Quark lets you have the things automatically moved into the appropriate slot. I don't use that because it tends to misfire or occur when I'm trying to equip something else. And thus is very, very annoying. Now, sadly, I cannot throw chicken eggs into the sky. A shame. Now I had to figure out what I'm going to use for the ceiling. But, my dear viewers, I believe that will be left to a later episode. Because, to put it bluntly, this episode would be way too long if I tried to do anything else there. Putting the stairs here. Might use those stairs here. But yeah. Hope you all had a good time, or at least tolerated this episode. Hope you all tolerated the somewhat sporadic uploading schedule. And I think that's gonna do it for today, at least. So yeah. Signing off.